Okay, first of all, morning all. It's great to be here. Just to let you know, this is one of the two. The workshop tomorrow is going to be more around the advertising, how to build your brand. This is going to be 30 minutes or so of what if. You know, what if Facebook is now a platform and not a website? There is a little bit in here about advertising, but then I'm going to show you some of the things that they're moving on to into the future. So it is going to be a very quick snapshot. There's a few videos in here. I hate to push American examples and American videos on you guys, but the American voice you will probably understand a lot better than my own accent, so hopefully it'll be okay. So I'm going to quickly start with a video from Mark Zuckerberg and Chris Cox, one of our VPs. Really just about how we look at things and think of things a little bit differently at Facebook.
You know, I always imagine, what are we doing in the world? What is Facebook actually doing? What's the point?
At any given point in time, there are the trends that are really shaping society. You know, we just think that the world is better off when everyone has a voice.
Facebook is giving the power of distribution to every single person. No longer can people go make a law that can constrain the flow of ideas.
And our idea has always been that the real way to organize the world's information is people. And that's this completely bottom-up way of establishing for the whole world, like, what is the map of human connections?
We've always talked about this as a movement, not as a website. The reason why we built a company is because I think a company is by far the best way to get the best people together and align their incentives around doing something great. We're kind of in the sweet spot now, and it will be for the next few years, where the company is large enough that there's room for people to come in and experiment with things and have a lot of leverage in what they do. And it's also not so large that you're going to get lost in that, right? We build a lot of tools that make it so that engineers can have low friction for getting started in an idea, can get machines if they want to test something out, a good environment to build things. We push code every single night. So it's really a magical time for the company, and a lot of great people are joining now because of that. We are way closer to the beginning of this than the end, and this is the type of thing that can get 1 billion people using it. And decisions that we make now, and people who are joining now, are really getting into the ground floor in terms of shaping the direction this is going to go in.
So Maria's video, if anyone's looking for a job. So, I just want to see the hands again. How many people in here are actually on Facebook? How many people have actually been onto Facebook today? And how many of those went onto Facebook on their mobile? Good numbers. I like this slide, okay? What I ask is let go of what you think you know. And by this I mean, because you're all on Facebook, you will all automatically think you understand and know everything there is to Facebook and how to place brands on there. I was very fortunate. I came on as a second employee outside of the US at Facebook almost 3 years ago. I learned something new at Facebook every single day. So I really want you to think, just this 30 minutes, what if? We are going to be here to reinvent how brands and consumers talk to each other. Outdoor ads, TV ads, the one-way communication where you're pushing your product, your message out to the audience. Facebook gives your brand a voice. It is going to change how you communicate to users and how you actually listen to what they're saying and turn that into something you can have positively in your business. So in the UK, imagine if you could tap into 26 million people to get the next flavour of your next Big Mac. Maybe you tap into those 26 million people to decide where you place your next McDonald's. This is something they had already started looking into across Scotland. Maybe if I was in the Middle East, ladies, you know how many different ranges of makeup there are on the market. Imagine if you can try every single shade of makeup or lipstick or blusher before you even go and actually purchase. Again, something L'Oreal have looked into. You can actually go forward and actually request a sample. So if I was in the Middle East, imagine if I could build a community around beauty of 4.7 million people where you look to engage them around content, around your brands, and get advocates for your different products. It's all very simple. To engage with users on Facebook doesn't always require the big advertising campaigns. Those status updates, those emotive comments, those calls to action will work just as well. So what if a focus group is the size of a small country, or of a large country? In the US, we have 140 million people, 70 million of which come on every single day. Maybe using Facebook to actually develop your next product. Vitamin water actually allowed users to enter a competition where they could place different flavors forward. The winner then got their product placed on the shelves of the stores, and they got a percentage of the product, of the profits. Maybe where your friends go shopping with you, but they're not even with you. Moving away from Facebook as a platform and looking at things such as social plugins, which we'll move on to, where you can go onto Levi's, and you can share all the different products that you're interested in with your friends, automatically going back onto your Facebook profile. Well, we all know this one. Maybe you're creating social experiences to break world records. Barack Obama, 8,500 status updates per minute through his inauguration at his peak. Or, the website we all love to hate, I will say, I hate Farmville. I've never been on it once. I'm never going to go onto it. But as a brand, can you ignore a social game with probably almost 100 million people on it? You have to think how you're going to engage with those people. If you take into consideration the virtual economy globally, not just Facebook, is going to be worth $10 billion this year. That's a lot of money. Social gaming is only just coming to the forefront. Again, I'm going to talk about Facebook credits and the knock-on effect this has, how your brand can then be looking to position itself around it. So really, in a few words, welcome to the social graph. Over 550 million people on Facebook, all connected. Okay? The world is one big social graph. All it is offline connections placed online. Whether it's 6 degrees of separation, whatever you want to call it. And now, the world has decided to go social. Be it a small flower shop or cafe down the road in Bucharest, to your large multinationals such as your Starbucks, your Coca-Colas, your Adidas, your Pepsi. The world has gone social. Your rock band, your favourite football team, has all gone social. So a very quick evolution of Facebook as a site. Back in 2005, very simple, it was a yearbook placed online. To where we are today in 2010, we have Facebook chat, we have group chat, you now have high-res pictures, we have the ability to combine albums and photo albums. You know, the site has changed a hell of a lot, but one thing has remained the same. Even though we're now on over 500 million users, and over 200 million mobile users. And I'm sure there'll be a question afterwards about mobile advertising. At the moment, we have no plans for mobile advertising. It is simply for us a growth strategy. You find that people who use Facebook on their mobile are almost twice as active in terms of the photos they upload, how much they're going onto Facebook, how much they're interacting. But behind all this, even from 2005, all centered around the social graph. The ability to tap into human nature and be interested in what your friends are doing. Again, I will admit, I am a statistic geek. Okay, don't mind saying it. 76% of people will take recommendations from their friends and their family before anything else. So if you're in the center of this, you start to engage with a brand. All of a sudden, my friends will see Mark is now a fan of Pepsi Romania. 5% of my friends see this organically free of charge. And not every single one of my friends automatically click, but some of them will. It is just human nature. We all know the homepage. Again, it hasn't changed that much or drastically in a long time. But to understand, this is where users spend 60% of their time. For me to say to a brand, build a Facebook page. However, the users will still engage with you on their own homepage, maybe not on your page. This is where you are positioning your brand. And that is really the importance, is what we touch on more tomorrow. From a brand point of view, you have to understand that you are placing yourselves in the same area as my friends, my mum and dad, my co-workers, Manchester United, Oasis, all of these different things, all within the stream. That requires a lot of thought about your communication. And what is the voice of your brand going to be? Is it masculine? Is it feminine? What is the tonality? The brands that approach Facebook, scared of user-generated content, with this corporate hat, therefore the messages they place out into market are still very corporate, will fail. If you try to connect with a 16 to 24-year-old male or female with a very corporate voice, they will switch off. So you have to understand the messaging that you're going to be surrounded by in order to be successful. Facebook is still about real people sharing real information. If I decide to place into my profile, I'm a black belt in karate, Dragos and all the people I know who may be like, no you're not, idiot. No? And I'll change my information back so it's true to me. What we now have as well, is again we see with social plugins, is that even when you're not on Facebook, you're going around the internet, on your other favourite websites, you now have the ability to like a brand or like a piece of content. It automatically adds it to your profile. So at any one time, I can take a snapshot of any of you in here and look at your profile, and that is a direct reflection of you and what you're interested in. From an advertising point of view, we can then target against interests, hobbies, music, movies, all these different things. So 3 quick areas in terms of the market opportunities. Advertising, obviously, is standard. Pages. The one thing I'm not here to do is simply say to everybody, let's have a page. Tomorrow we talk about the strategy. And I'm going to try and concentrate today more on innovations. What is happening on Facebook? Where are we going? You know, in my 3 years, it's taken so many twists and turns. You know, someone asked me just now in the interview, what's Facebook going to be like in 5 years' time? I have not got a clue. Okay? All I know, from my personal opinion and experience, I firmly believe that Facebook should now be seen as a platform. It should be TV, press, radio, outdoor, internet, Facebook. It's a communication platform. I love the social media, not social media before. I'm going to take that back to the UK and use it a hell of a lot. You know, it is a mass audience platform now that people are using for this communication. So this is a very quick video. There is a few videos just to break things up. This is all about engagement advertising. You know, I'm going to very quickly touch on them and really why and how we still think a little bit differently on Facebook.